The story of the rich man. The man's great success. There was a wealthy landowner whose fields produced an exceptionally large harvest. This was not an ordinary year. His crops yielded far more than expected. He suddenly found himself with an overflow of wealth. This could have been a blessing from God, an opportunity to help the needy, support his workers, or give thanks to God. But instead, the rich man only thought about himself. The man's dilemma. What should I do? Seeing his overflowing harvest, the man faced a problem. Didn't have enough storage space. He thought to himself, what shall I do? I have no place to store my crops. Instead of seeking God's guidance or considering how he could use his abundance for good, he came up with his own self-centered solution. The man's solution: bigger barns. Rather than sharing his wealth or using it wisely, he said, this is what I'll do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. There I will store all my grain and goods. His entire focus was on keeping his wealth for himself. He wasn't worried about honoring God, helping the poor, or preparing for eternity, only cared about securing his own future comfort. The man's dream of an easy life. With his new storage plan in place, he reassured himself. You have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry. He believed that his riches guaranteed him a long, comfortable life. He imagined a future of pleasure, relaxation, and indulgence. In his mind, wealth equals security. But what he did not realize was that he would not live to enjoy any of it. God's response: you fool. That very night, God appeared to the man and said, you fool. This very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself? The man had spent his life storing up wealth, but in the end, he had no control over his own life. He died suddenly, and all the wealth he stored up was left behind for others to take. He had spent so much time securing his earthly future, but he had not prepared for eternity. God's final warning. God ends the parable with a strong lesson. This is how it will be for anyone who stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God. The rich man was not condemned for being wealthy, but because he valued wealth more than God. His mistake was putting his trust in possessions rather than in his relationship with the Lord. Lessons from the story. Wealth does not guarantee security. The rich man believed his wealth would protect him from all troubles, but money cannot buy more time, prevent death, or secure eternity. Life is short and unpredictable, temporary. The man expected to enjoy years of comfort, but he died unexpectedly. Jesus reminds us that we don't know when our time will come, so we must live wisely now. Greed can blind us. The rich man was so focused on keeping his wealth that he never thought about God or others. He ignored the needs of the poor,